Today, we're going to be talking about lab safety. Lab safety is important to teach, especially to middle and high school students. There are many safety precautions to consider, so it's important to pay close attention. First of all, no running in the lab. Running in the lab could lead to someone tripping and stumbling. This puts students in danger of spilling chemicals or suffering from physical trauma. So be smart. Walk slowly and keep an eye out as to where you're headed at all times. Second safety rule. Always wear proper equipment. This includes safety goggles, a lab coat or apron, and closed-toe shoes. Safety equipment can protect your eyes and skin from chemical burns and spills, so always make sure you're dressed appropriately for lab. A third safety precaution to consider involves handling chemical equipment properly. Remember that proper techniques can keep you safe. Never mouth pipette, as you can accidentally ingest harmful chemicals. Second, always wear gloves when handling vials of chemicals. Third, use tongs or oven mitts to hold heated glassware. This prevents your hands from being burned. Finally, always combine chemicals in the fume hood if the chemicals give off noxious fumes, because breathing these noxious fumes in can harm your lungs. Another safety habit involves knowing how to handle chemical spills safely. If chemicals are spilled, use paper towels or a fire blanket to soak up the spill. If any glassware shatters, never pick up the broken pieces with your hands. Always use a broom and dustpan to clean up the mess. Now that we have considered lab safety procedures and habits, let's look at chemical hazard signs. These signs may help us to protect ourselves from potentially harmful chemicals. We're going to look at a few of them. The first one we want to look at is the caution corrosive label, as it applies to chemicals that can eat through clothes and your skin. This label is usually found on containers of strong acids, so make sure you're always wearing proper gloves when you're handling these. The label with a flame describes chemicals that are flammable. These chemicals should never be brought near sparks or other sources of ignition. These sources of ignition can ignite the chemical and cause your hands to be burned or even your skin. The label shown by a little c warns against chemicals that are known carcinogens. These chemicals should never be handled by students. Always talk to your professor about handling these chemicals. So that wraps up our talk about safety. Remember, if you have any questions about safety techniques or proper procedures in the lab, always ask your professor. He's always there to help. Otherwise, you could end up like this guy.